Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is November 22nd. Right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see we finally got some frontal system passage through some of the California coastline, and some of this is starting to take a bit more aim towards the Bay Area and even areas south of the Bay Area as we go through the day today. So looking forward to a little bit of a break here coming up, but we do have additional systems trying to roll in here, including a system that might try to move further south towards the Bay Area and bring some precipitation, albeit fairly on the light side, but you could see some precipitation across Southern California here over the next few days. We'll take a look at that possibility here as well. So taking a look at this is the infrared satellite imagery over the last couple of days, and you can see just this persistent atmospheric river, but again, it is trying to slide south a little bit here. It's going to be fairly slow moving, so we do have some heavy precipitation associated with that pointed at some of the central coast. And again, there's still some additional systems rolling in here as we go through the next couple of days. So take a look at some of these rainfall amounts. I got the Bay Area down here, San Francisco, but look at this very sharp cutoff, especially for the higher terrain up the Sacramento Valley, lesser amounts. But look at some of these amounts. A lot of these exceeding 10, 12. There's even some reports up, in the upper teens and into the low 20s there for inches of rainfall. So very saturated out here. We can't handle much more. Hopefully these systems are going to give us a bit of a break as we continue on in through the weekend. But look at some of these huge amounts, just north of the Bay Area. If I click on that, you can see that is Barnaby. That right there, Santa Rosa. The ASOS there at Santa Rosa Airport. So yeah, very intense rainfall amounts here over the last few days. And I scroll a bit further north, and you can see again some really beefy totals out there. The Park Burn Scar area is right here. They've received some pretty good rainfall amounts. This Carpenter Ridge up over 9 inches there. And if I click right there, you can see Ruth up over 12 inches. Let's click on the coast here, and you can see Akuski Mountain, 14.3 inches of precipitation. Just wild stuff. Mount Shasta checking in with over 12 inches, a foot of rain, and there's Sims over 14 inches. So this is over the last couple days as well. The atmospheric river just continues to bombard the area. This is the storm system moving up towards the Pacific Northwest as we speak. But you can see this starting to shift to the south. This is very early this morning, bringing some heavy rain at times to some of the Bay Area and some of the Sacramento Valley. And again, this is sliding down towards the central coast. A bout of some moderate and heavy rainfall moving across the Bay Area actually right now as we speak. I'll pause that right there, and you can kind of see the infrared satellite imagery bringing that next plume of moisture in towards the Bay Area and the central coast. Now, taking a wider view of things here, Hawaiian Island to the bottom left, this is the atmospheric river that we've been dealing with, and we put this into motion. Again, you can kind of see that shifting south as we go through the day today, and bouncing around there. So watch out for the heavy precipitation. Could be some flood warnings and flood advisories going up just south of the Bay Area as we go through the day today. This finally shifts south, trying to bring some precipitation down to Southern California. We're not expecting flooding with that, but we got to watch this next system right there developing as we go through the day Sunday, approaching the coastal region. That spins up a little bit more. It could bring another round of some moderate heavy rainfall across some areas central California, and even down towards some of Santa Barbara and Ventura County. We'll see how far south that's going to go, and I'll show you the weather models on that here in a moment. Now, taking a look at some avalanche danger, this is for the central Sierra Nevada. Avalanche.org is a great resource. Check it out. They do a nice thing called the bottom line. You could trigger an avalanche. There are a period of high avalanche danger is expected tonight and may continue on into tomorrow. They give above tree line, near tree line, below tree line. Very good stuff, and you can see the risk level there. So check that out if you need to. Now, this is the National Weather Service Eureka. So river flooding continues today. Do not drive across flooded roads. Despite diminishing precipitation, it takes a long time for that water to drain off, and there's still flood impacts as we go through the day today. This was issued this morning, just very recently here by the National Weather Service Eureka. The flooding potential, Sacramento, you can see, it just looks like a green nightmare out here. The flood warnings, watches, and advisories all over the place. So if you don't have to travel, please don't. There's still some decent rainfall amounts, especially across the Bay Area and down towards the central coast, still rolling in as we speak. Never drive across flooded roads. Now, looking at snow levels, we're dropping them down here, 4,500, 5,500 feet over the weekend. Could be some moderate impacts across the Sierra Nevada. You can see South Lake Tahoe and Yosemite Valley at 41% of getting up over 12 inches of snow. And this is for Saturday through Tuesday, 23rd through the 26th upcoming. The wind advisory does include San Francisco, some gusty winds out there up to 50 miles per hour and 60 on some of the highest peaks there. So yeah, there is some wind action going on near the Bay Area, Central Coast, north of the Bay Area as well. well. And now this is the day one moderate rainfall outlook. So this is kind of wrapping up for some of these northern portions here, but still some moderate out there. And again, day one here. Here's day two, drops down to a marginal, but then we still have some systems rolling in here over very heavy rainfall amounts that we've gotten recently. So they kept the marginal up for some of the coastline. And this is day four. There's day five. Now, taking a look at the European. And again, you can kind of see this doing a little bit of a funky chicken here across some of the central coast, at least briefly. These are 3-hour chunks I'm going through. So again, this is about where we are right now. Tries to drop down, but still bringing a pretty rainy day there for the Bay Area, and eventually pushing its way to the south. And you can see the snowfall increasing as we go through tonight into tomorrow for the Sierra Nevada. Tries to bring that light precipitation down to Southern California. Not doing too great of a job of it, but we got to watch this system right here. If this spins up a little bit deeper, of course, there's going to be heavier precipitation amounts. Not a lot of that making its way down towards Southern California, but you could see some, and we'll continue to watch this tomorrow for any kind of uptick in that activity. Now, looking at this is the European 75th percentile, so a little bit on the high end of the precipitation here, but you can see the big amounts coming in today. Loses its punch a bit as it moves south, but then that next system we have to watch closely because that could bring some heavier amounts towards some of Santa Barbara and Ventura County here, maybe some of the Sierra Nevada, and even a nice beneficial rainfall down into the San Joaquin Valley. So thumbs up for that. Taking a look at the 10-meter wind speeds and just kind of showing you the gusty winds. I did mention the wind advisory across Central California and the Bay Area as well. So nothing too crazy out there, but some of the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada, especially exposed ridge tops, are pretty windy as we go on into the day tomorrow as well. If we scroll out far enough, can we see? You can see a little bit of that next system here, and for Northern California as we go through the day Sunday also. Now, as total snow share ratio, I want to play this through because this kind of gives you a very nice visual diagram as we go through tonight, or this evening, through tonight, Saturday morning. I guess the snow flying for the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada. So yeah, that's when the snow is going to be flying as you go through the evening and the night tonight. So heads up if you're traveling back and forth across the pass areas. Channel's doing good. We're getting up towards 30,000 subscribers here, so click like and subscribe. Again, none of this is possible without all of you, all my viewers. And if you want to monetarily support the channel, click on that join button down below. And again, I'd like to extend special thanks to the people who are monthly members. So a thumbs up for that. Anyway, yeah, we'll do this all again tomorrow. We'll break everything down again, and I will talk to you guys then.